hello and welcome to my stream. Thanks so much for all joining. I really do appreciate it. Hope you are all doing well. Mark, thanks so much for tuning in. You're back, mate. Long time no speak. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you, Mark. I really do appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to be watching Villarreal versus Arsenal. Unai Emery taking on his former employers in Arsenal. For me, I think this could be a very intriguing game. I feel like Arteta really does need that win in this competition to be able to sort of keep his job. It's been a terrible season for Arsenal, and there's no doubt about it. They are really struggling. They're in 10th place. They're 1 point behind Leeds. They're 1 point in front of Aston Villa, who have a game in hand over them, and they're just miles off the pace. They're 12 points behind Chelsea, having played the same amount of games, in 4th place. It's been a disastrous season for him, and I feel like it will be a season where they are going to look back on it in disappointment and be glad that the season is over. Villarreal are the team they are up against, and they are currently in La Liga. They are 7th, so they are just outside the sort of Europa League positions on 49 points, 1 point behind Real Betis and 3 points behind Real Sociedad, with the top 4 all well away from everybody else. 17 points between those two, between 5th and 6th, where we find Sevilla, and then Barcelona and Real Madrid on 71, and 73 is Atletico Madrid. So really tight sort of knit the top 4 there. But Villarreal are having a season where they're playing okay at the moment. They have lost their last 2 in the La Liga against Alaves and Barcelona at the weekend, but they're playing okay. Arsenal, on the other hand, will obviously be having a very disappointing end to the season. They have won 2, drawn 2, and lost 2 of their last 6 Premier League games. Nigel Pearson, I think I was tuning in. How you doing? I think I was joining the stream. Are you someone I've met before? I'm great, thanks. Good. Pal, you've changed, or is it because you haven't been on ages? No, I might have lost a bit of weight or gained a bit of weight, or I've changed my hair. Is that it? My hair is blonder than it was. It was like silvery, but I'm not sure when I last streamed. But yeah, hopefully I have a little bit more confidence. I'm a bit happier because I have got a new job as well. So that's all good. But yeah, hopefully I haven't changed too much. Hopefully you still like my videos or streams. Just going to change the title. So there we are. You should get my hairstyle. Should I indeed? Where is Nigel Pearson now? Oh, is it? He was at Bristol City, or I think he is still at Bristol City, isn't he? Yeah, currently at Bristol City. I don't think that would suit me. Although the silver would be alright, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm not particularly in that style because I'm very young. But yeah, I think that would look okay. Maybe? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it would look horrible. Anyway, so those are the 2 teams. I'll go through the team lineups as we speak. So, Rulli is in goal for Villarreal. Apologies for any mispronunciations. Foyth, is that one Foyth? It is. Albiol, Torres, and then Alfonso Pedraza. Pereiro, Capoue, who used to play for Watford and Tottenham. Trigoros, Morano, Alcázar and Chukwueze. Here is the Arsenal team. Leno, Chambers, Holding, Mari or Pablo Mari. Xhaka is the player they've got at left back. Smith Rowe, Ceballos, Thomas, Saka, Odegaard and Pepe. So no Aubameyang in the starting lineup. They're not playing with a proper number 9. They are playing with a false 9 on the bench. Coquelin is on the bench. Maybe somebody that could come on and change the game for Villarreal if they needed to is someone like Carlos Bacca, who missed the penalty against England for Colombia in the 2018 World Cup. On the bench for Arsenal, Aubameyang, Bellerin, El Neni, Gabriel, Luiz, Martinelli, Nelson, Nketiah, Okwongo, the goalkeeper, Matt Ryan, the goalkeeper, Cedric Soares, and Willian as well. 4 Brazilians on the bench. Gabriel, David Luiz, Martinelli, and Willian all on the bench. It's the hair. Yes, yeah, it's probably different, but I've been blonde since October. Let's talk City. Do you think they will win the title? Because I got told that Man United still have a chance to win it. I will be very, 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 very surprised. Very surprised if Manchester City do not win it. If you look at the sort of difference now, 10 points, it's going to be very, very much tough. I think they need, a couple of wins now, City, to steal a title. One of those wins could be at Crystal Palace on Saturday. If they get the 3 points there, that would be a huge step. But Manchester United will take on Liverpool on Sunday, as I'm sure you're all aware. That could be a very tough game for Manchester United taking on Liverpool. Liverpool have to win to try and keep up with the keep on chasing the top 4. Chelsea against Fulham, they should win that. They should be able to win that, and then you'll be looking at Leicester, who I can't actually see on here unless I'm being blind. Are they playing Friday? They are playing Friday. Southampton, who are all out of form. They could both take one giant step at the weekend, particularly if Liverpool were to lose. West Ham, are they playing Monday? They are playing Monday against Burnley, so that could be one they could win. Leicester then have Newcastle. They should be getting something about Newcastle, who are in better form. And then we have a look at Chelsea's game. They have City the following week. That could be very, very tough. But yeah, Liverpool have to get some sort of result. If probably a win against Manchester United to try and keep up the pace. But I think it's looking very unlikely. I think it will be fine. I think City will win the title fairly comfortably, and they'll still have quite a decent gap between each of them. You're going to stream Liverpool versus Manchester United on Sunday? I honestly don't know, Mark. I don't know, because I am obviously planning on streaming more. I wasn't expecting anyone in on my last stream. We had plenty of people in. Today is hopefully going to be the same. Hopefully we have plenty of people in. But yeah, I'm just planning on doing as many as I can. I don't know why I'm working. I think I'm going to have a call tomorrow when I start my game. Start my new job. I'm not sure when that will be. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do some more streams. They know about my channel. So hopefully they will support me so I can do more streams. Just more videos in general. I need to think about something. Hopefully like my jumper. I'm not sure if it's coming through as well on the screen. But yeah, it's white. I like it. I think it suits me. Bit like my hair. Hi mate, hope you're well. Chris, thanks so much for joining the stream. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. What did you make of the game yesterday? I had to run off because I had to make Kelly some tea after she'd been at work until late, so I had to jump off. But a great win for Manchester City. I'm sure you enjoyed the game if you watched it, or if you listened to it, or watched it on the radio, or whatever. Listen to it on the radio. It was a really, really good game. Liverpool are pants at the moment, especially without Virgil van Dijk. It's been as Chris said on the stream yesterday, it's been a very, very poor season from Liverpool. It's been shambolic, I think were the words he described it as. It's going to be a tough season for anyone without their main player. But on the flip side of that is you have so many good players. Like City, if they had De Bruyne out, like they did... Was it 2017-18 he was out? I think it was 17-18. No, it wasn't. It was 18-19 he was out, wasn't it? And they won the league. They beat Liverpool to the title by a point, as you obviously know. They didn't need De Bruyne. They coped without him. I think the killer really has been Gomez being injured, Matip having injuries, playing Fabinho there, playing Henderson there. I think that's been the killer problem, is having those players injured. Yeah, City was the same last season. It's not having one big player injured, it's having constant injuries, I feel, has killed Liverpool's season. Because if they had, Gomez and Matip for the season, then they could have dealt with it. But having so many injuries in the same position and having to really reshuffle has really killed the momentum. However, they were coping fine up until Christmas, and then after Christmas, it's been particularly in the sort of January, it went all to pot, didn't it? It went all horribly wrong, and I'm to my usual self. Turned 22 today. Happy birthday! I don't have anything to celebrate with. I just need to shut my door. I'll only be a minute. I get a bit weird about that. Yeah, I get a bit weird about that. I'm my usual self. 22 today. Very, very, very happy birthday. You're born the same year as Kelly, but you're older than Kelly, and you'd have been an older year than Kelly. I had my nice Indian takeaway. Lovely. Before I turned vegan, I used to really enjoy one of the local ones to home. And yeah, I really miss it. But for my birthday, and my 1-year-old niece is round. Lovely. Hope she's doing well. Stopped the night as for City, brilliant performance. Yeah, definitely. Second half are unbelievable. Ellis Morale, thanks for tuning in, Ellis. I literally haven't streamed for ages, but it's nice to have you back. I hope you are doing well, my friend. If you haven't already, guys, I would love a like on the video to help more people find it. And thanks to Jordan Henders, who should have. Jordan Pickford, who should have got sent off for that bad foul on Virgil van Dijk. I think in any normal game, in any normal circumstance, it would have been a penalty and a red card. But because the ball was out of play or it's an offside, whatever happened, there was something that happened to stop it being. The game had been stopped. It was certainly a red card challenge. I'm pretty sure he should have been sent off for violent conduct. But yeah. At the end of the day, it's cost him big time. It's cost him big time. But he will be back next season, and I'm sure Liverpool will be back as well. It'll be interesting to see what Liverpool do. I'm not sure what you would do. I'm sure you'd change things, maybe bring some people and get rid of people. I know Chris has wanted to get rid of some people. Pickford tackle is in the past now. Yeah, definitely. I love a stream. Thank you so much, dude. BRB. Okay, so I'm not sure how everyone else feels, but I feel like this could be a very important game for Arteta, because if Arteta was to go on and win this competition, which I don't believe he will, that could change things for him. They'd be in the Champions League. They'd be able to attract a better players, and they would be able to go a bit further and spend a bit more. I don't see that happening, but it would be very good for him. I really do like Arteta. I'm sure all of you like Arteta as a person, but I think as a manager he is struggling. Villarreal 0, Arsenal 0, and Man United to win 1-0 against Roma. I don't know if you're old enough to remember it. I'm sure you are. Man United played Roma in the Champions League, about the last 16 or the quarter-final, and years ago, about 2007. And had a goalkeeper called Donny in goal, who was Brazilian. I think it finished 7-1. I think they might have been even leading in the first leg, and they had to win. And Man United absolutely demolished them. I didn't. I didn't mind Unai Emery as a manager. Obviously, I'm not an Arsenal fan, so it's not like I have any sort of investment in him. But I didn't mind him. I felt like he was fine. And he's not done any worse than Arteta, his replacement. But I suppose when you're in the situation, it's like, you got to go. You can't play. You can't sort of have anyone else. You've got to change. You can't keep and try and get things better. Do you know what I mean? And it's always trying to it's always some people are like, it's better to have change than than not, and sometimes it's better to keep on. I'm not sure if Unai Emery would have done any better than Arteta. We'll never know, but Arteta certainly hasn't done any better than Emery. Donny signed. I play for Colchester United under 10s. Nice, very good. I bet you're very, very talented at what you do. Donny, he signed for Liverpool in 2011-12. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Let's forget about that. I don't remember anything about him, to be fair, besides the fact he was Roma's goalkeeper for that season, and he was really, really bad. Well, I don't know if he was bad. I just remember that he played in goal that game and lost. So he was there for a while, and then he 2013. So is he old? 41. So yeah, he must have just retired. Heart problems. How sad. He didn't play much for Liverpool. That's probably why I don't remember him. Gets the timer ready to go. Jack, thank you much for tuning in. Jack, how you doing? Thank you for joining the stream. Come on, Villarreal, stop Arsenal getting into the Europe next season. Yeah, almost just shut my finger. You're right. If Arsenal don't win this competition, they probably won't be in Europe. Almost certainly won't be in Europe, because it's top 4 obviously going to the Champions League. I think 5th and 6th go into the Europa League, which are currently occupied by West Ham and Liverpool, and then 7th place go into the Conference League, which is the new European tournament which nobody needs, and then 8th and below is out. So it would be nice to see Everton maybe slip in and get into Europe. But yeah, I'd like to see Arsenal get through, but I think it will be very tough. Unai Emery is an expert in this. I'm sure, as all of you know, he is won the competition many times. He's got to the semi-finals with Arsenal. He got to the final with Arsenal, rather, as well. He's very, 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 very good at this competition. He loves this competition more probably than the Champions League, especially after what happened against Barcelona while he was manager at PSG. He loves this competition. He knows how to get to the final. He knows how to win it as well. Unfortunately, that Arsenal-Chelsea game, Chelsea was a better side and ripped them apart, really. So, yeah. I mostly got money for my birthday. Nice. My sister got me my favourite white chocolate Kinder Bueno. Nice. And a £20 PSN wallet top up. Nice. That sounds really, really nice. I had, for my birthday, some Air Jordans, which I'm sure some of you know what they are, like shoes. And then I got some AirPods Pro, which are right here. And they are absolutely amazing. These, right, because of my autism, I really struggle with noises, particularly in supermarkets and stuff. Pop these in, on noise cancellation, don't hear a thing. Who do you want to win the cup out of Arsenal, Man United, Villarreal, and Roma, if you do prefer one? I don't mind who wins it. I'd like to see probably Arsenal win it. And I'd like to see Arsenal win it because they are a side that really have no way of qualifying for any sort of European competition this season. For next season, I really don't think it will happen. So I believe that this is their only way in, and I think they could do with winning it for sure. So I'd like to see them win it, really. Europa League, Europa Conference League, clearly more money for UEFA back pockets. Yes, I mean, I'm sure it's branded as a way to get teams to be in Europe, involved in Europe, particularly those that get knocked out. You know, you sort of Celtics of this world who don't sometimes make it to the knockout stages of the Europa League could do that. I know they've changed it as well, so there's these like knockout games as well for those that finish in second and third. I'm not sure how that all works. Arsenal need to win the Europa League the most. Exactly. They have the most on it. Villarreal would probably like to win it just so they could be in the Champions League. Man United will be in the Champions League next season. And then Roma will probably want to win it as well because they have no hope of qualifying for the Champions League either. So those two sides, Roma, Villarreal and Arsenal, have the most riding on it, with Arsenal needing to get into Europe at any cost. You know, it would be a catastrophe for Arsenal not to get into the Champions League or Europa League or anything. It would be a disaster for Kroenke. You know, he's all about money. He's all about the money, and I'm sure Arsenal fans are like, yeah, he's all about money. But this would be a disaster for him as well if they wouldn't have no European football. My birthday was 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Jay. I got a PS5 for my birthday. Very, very lucky. They're like gold dust, aren't they? And I honestly didn't expect it or have a clue of getting one. Probably my best birthday. Oh my god, that's so nice. I teared up. Oh, that's really kind. I'm really, really pleased for you. I had like I said, AirPods Pro, and that's what I was hoping for. I wasn't expecting her to get that, but she did, and it's amazing. And I'm really, really grateful to my girlfriend. I can see the Conference League giving smaller teams a better chance of doing well, but it can also be being a better competition that a lot of people don't take seriously. Definitely, you win it, you get to go in the Europa League. It's hardly appetizing, is it? But Ollie needs a trophy. He does need a trophy, but it's not as a big deal for them as the rest of the sides who want to go into Europe. They want to go into Europe more than here is the knee, which is not taken up by Villarreal, but it is taken up by Thomas Partey. I'm just waiting for the whistle, and here we go. First half. So it's Karen Carney on commentary. Yeah, Ollie, as you say, Ollie needs a trophy, but I don't think he needs it as much as the other sides. Villarreal, their route through this competition so far has been in the quarterfinal. They got the better of Dynamo Zagreb. Round 16, they got the better of Dynamo Zagreb. The last 32, they took on Salzburg and won that as well. And in their group, they had Maccabi Tel Aviv and Karabakh and those sort of teams. So a fairly easy route for them. Arsenal had Slavia Prague in the last round before Olympiacos in the last 16. I'm not sure whether they're in the last 32, but they have had a good route as well. I was really, really pleased they beat Slavia Prague because they don't seem like a very nice bunch of people. I'm sure all of you are fully aware of that. Here is Danny Ceballos for Arsenal. Emil Smith-Rowe and Nicolas Pepe is offside. Be interesting to see how they line up in this one. So there is games at the weekend. Like I say, I'm not sure what days I'm working yet. But if we have a look, maybe Crystal Palace vs City could be a game I do. I think the 3 o'clock is on Amazon Prime Video, which I have. But I wouldn't be as up to date as I would be normally. Chelsea versus Fulham is the 5:30 kickoff, and then at 8 o'clock Everton versus Aston Villa. Sunday Rangers versus Celtic is the 12 o'clock game, which could be a very, very interesting tie. Newcastle versus Arsenal, and the big game Man United versus Liverpool. I think the second and third place knockout round works. Is that the first place team gets given a bye, yeah, and second test teams and third place teams in the Champions League and Europa League. Seems... I prefer how it is. I mean, I'm always open to change, but I don't understand why we have to change things that don't need changing. And this doesn't need changing. However, they needed to change things for the competition. I don't know why it couldn't just work like... the Europa League, though. I really don't. But yeah, it'll be good to have a different competition, and particularly for those sides that don't normally do well. But those teams that would have finished 7th would have gone into the Europa League, so it doesn't add more chances for England in particular, but other nations it probably does. And if they do get knocked out, they can always go into the Conference League. But at what point do you finish 7th and go into a Conference League, and if you win it, you get to automatic place into the Europa League? Do you think, well, I don't really want to win this anyway? I can't. It'd be interesting to see what kind of teams are in there and how do they go full strength? I don't think so. I think the carrot of getting into the Champions League was brilliant by UEFA adding that in. However, I would have the same for the conference. I suppose it wouldn't be fair for the Conference League to also have that, because like you could think, oh, I want to finish in the Champions League places, so if I'm Arsenal, I'm going to finish third in the Europa League and then try and win an easier competition. So I don't really know. Like I say, it's an unnecessary competition they don't need. Play each other in one knockout, then the winners of those place first team group game. Sounds pretty interesting. I would just prefer just having everyone. League 2 team of the season, absolute disgrace. How can you not have Callum Guy there, who's tops of League 2's assists this season? Well, I mean, it's not just assists, is it? There's more to it than that, but it's very strange. UEFA Super League teams get a free pass to play the best, but the Champions League... Yeah, the Champions League format is similar. It's two sides get it based on historic sort of results, which is a disaster. Here is Jaquazi. Jaquazi still going. Shot, goal! Villarreal score! Arsenal are 1-0 down. Chigueros with the goal from midfield, and it's 1-0 to Villarreal. Bad start to Arsenal. Chigueros with the goal. Chukwueze was out wide. It looks like he's onside there. Gets the better of Xhaka. And then it comes to Chigueros, who puts it into the bottom corner. And it's 1-0 to Villarreal. Nice goal. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Europa League, the Champions League new format. I think it could do with a little bit of tweaking. I can understand why they want to have a big league where they play each other. I think that sort of makes a little bit of sense for commercial wise, but for the players to play an extra 4 games before, where are they going to fit those in as well? It doesn't make any sense at all. That was the first shot on target, and it is 1-0 to Villarreal. I'm not a big fan of that. They already play 6. Do they need to play any more? I don't think so. Obviously, you might have a different opinion. Let me know. RIP Arsenal. No, it's early days, but it's not the start they would have wanted Arsenal at all. So West Ham can finish 5th and Man United 6th, but Man United you don't get. Man United get the Champions League spot and West Ham don't. Yeah, that's basically how it works, which is a disaster for football. It's unfair on clubs that have had very, very good seasons who aren't. And it's not the same thing. But if you have a really good season in Scotland, just say you're Rangers or Celtic, Major, thank you much for tuning in. How you doing? It's nice to see you. If you have a good season as Rangers or Celtic, and then you'll have to do a qualifier because 2 teams get automatically qualified, you'd be a bit pissed off, I think. No, they don't mean to swear. Man United ask Villarreal final, I'm saying. That's sort of how I'm thinking as well. I think it will be those 2. Because Man United are probably the best side in it. They're certainly having the best season out of any of the sides left in it. I haven't got the updates actually on my phone, and I promised I would do updates. So I will do updates, just to let you know how it is. But yeah, long time no see. Thank you much for joining. I really, really do appreciate it. Big chance here of Manchester United scored. They have scored. Man United are 1-0 up. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looks like someone's just run over his cat. Mkhitaryan's playing for... So Luke Shaw gets the ball back to Pogba. Pogba gets the better of 1, 2, 3. Goes past him, gliding past him. Cavani gets a touch. And then it's Bruno Fernandes who puts the ball in. And it is 1-0 to Manchester United. Manchester United lead. And Arsenal are behind. 2 early goals in these semi-finals. None of these people at the top is that they when making changes, realise people that matter the most are the players and the fans. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're never going to take the fans into consideration. They don't care what I have to say or what you have to say or what Robbie from Autism TV has to say or what Ray Parler has to say. But they should be taking us a bit more into account. But they should certainly be taking the players into account because they have to play an extra 4 games. Listen, it'd be great having an extra 4 Champions League games. Don't get me wrong. It would be great. I'm sure I would watch them with delight. But that doesn't make it right or morally right for them to have to play 4 extra games on top of 30 odd games, depending on who you play. 34 in Germany, 38 everywhere else. It wouldn't be fair, I don't think. I'm good yourself. I'm doing good, thank you, Major. I was gonna join yesterday, but I had a match. That's okay, dude. That's okay. No problem at all. No problem at all. Pogba to Cavani to Bruno. I just seen the goal. It was class. It was a very, very nice goal. Excellent work from Paul Pogba. Holding. Jack, what were the Bolton refunds for season tickets? Jack, Nick, thank you much for joining in. How you doing? I wish I could just do a thing where I cleared out all my subscribers that don't watch or watch hardly ever, just so I could restart. But I don't want to make a new channel because that would be ridiculous. But obviously, I'm gonna try and upload a little bit more and try and do streams. So your prediction is 2-0 to Villarreal. Villarreal already are a goal ahead. My dad's messaging me about the football. This game isn't anywhere near as exciting as the game yesterday. I'm sure you all enjoyed that. It was a great day for football, as always, in these Europa League games and Champions League games. Ceballos is injured and it will be a free kick, or is fouled rather, and will be a free kick to Arsenal. People who got 2021 season tickets get exclusive discounts in the club shop, and up to 10% discount on next year's discount. I assume you mean next year's season ticket. That seems quite lame, doesn't it, really? I'm not sure how much the season ticket would have been, but they probably didn't get to see any of it. Because Bolton's been in tier 3, hasn't it? So they wouldn't have actually seen any football. So the discount, 10%, is nothing, I don't think, considering you forked out. You're not getting refunds or anything. You had a refund? Is that a thing, Jack? Here's Thomas Partey. Saka out wide. Emil Smith-Rowe to Chambers. And it's out for a throw-in. There is Mikel Arteta. Here's Pedraza. The Burnley game against Wolves was amazing. I didn't actually watch it because I was doing some shopping, but I was very surprised to see the score, and it was a good, really, really good result. It must have been a good performance from Burnley as well. I bet you were very, very pleased and probably have secured safety. Certainly, another win would do it. It's been quite poor down the bottom, isn't it? For sure. Ceballos loses the ball. I got 110 refund for next season, so paying 222 next season. That's 33%, right? You were given 33%. Once again, Ipswich were in tier 2, so we're allowed fans, if I'm not mistaken, Nick. Is that right? But I just feel like it's a little bit of a piss take. I don't know. I didn't buy one. Goldbridge pretty much spoke on behalf of everybody in terms of the European Super League. The thing is with the Super League, right? You think about it. I'm going to disagree with it because I support Hereford. You're going to disagree with it because you support Bolton. Nick's going to disagree with it because he supports Ipswich. But what they probably didn't intend or expect was for Mark Goldbridge to speak out about it, who's a Manchester United fan, or Esteemed Kompany to speak out about it, who's a Manchester City fan, or Redmen TV to speak out about it, Arsenal Fan TV to speak out about it, Rory Jennings, for example, and everybody who supports these clubs who are involved, who would be so much better off and would be in a far superior competition than the Champions League, disagreed with it. They didn't want it. They didn't want to be a part of something like that. And that's what they didn't expect. They expected an us versus them mentality. And it was everybody against the owners sort of mentality. And the chief executives and the chairman. I think that was good to see. It made your football, for sort of 48 hours. Pedraza is down. Chambers with a tackle. Referee said it was okay. But it did sound very, very, very awful. It's now 1-1. Roma have equalised from the penalty spot. Lorenzo Pellegrini from the penalty spot. 1 each in Manchester. And that is an away goal for Roma as well. But yeah, it was nice to see. For 48 hours, I was pleased to be a football fan. And it was, you've seen all these bad things and people fighting and racism and Aubameyang having a banana thrown at him, and you see all these things happen and you think, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? But this was so good. Chambers ball in, looking for Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe picks it up. Goes back to Xhaka. Xhaka plays it out wide to Smith Rowe. If that youth Super League would happen, it went wrong. The teams can't return to the Premier League and should drop to the non-league. The thing is, Nick, is they need those teams just as much as they don't need those teams need the Premier League just as much as the Premier League needs them. Do you know what I mean? They definitely need each other. So even if they broke away and had their own proper league system that was European teams, eventually and they had to come back, they would be allowed welcome back with open arms, because they are so big conglomerates and powerhouses that they would just be accepted because they would change the game. If you don't have those 6 clubs, you don't really have a Premier League. The Germans and French said that they were not interested. Well, Al Khalifi is very much in bed with UEFA. He also has an interest with FIFA because of the World Cup. So I wasn't surprised to see them not involved. The German clubs obviously have the 50-1 scheme, so they have their fans sort of a massive say in the club. So I wasn't surprised to see them not involved. And I think there was 15 inaugural teams, right? So obviously there were 12 founding teams, and those other 3 teams were probably spaces for PSG, Bayern Munich. Here's Saka, headed away. And also Borussia Dortmund. And then the other 5 sides would have been just whoever, maybe like Benfica or Porto or teams from France, like Lyon or something. For sure. They still deserve final points deduction for attempting the Super League to go ahead. It's just a case of... It's not a case of... What they have done, per se, isn't actually a crime. The crime sort of is committed is participating or entering a competition that's not regulated or agreed to by the Premier League, and that's the sort of rule they've broken. And how badly have they broken it? They conspired against UEFA. Is that a crime? And it just depends on the legislation. It's all very technical. It's all very lawyer. It's not for me to discuss really, because I don't know. It's all very much a lawyer thing. And if I was a lawyer, then I'd definitely know a bit more about it. But it's not something that I know too much about. But that's what it's going to come down to. Have they broken the rules? And it probably will end up in court, and it will probably go on for years, and we'll probably never have a solution for it. The thing is, we're talking about it now, but like I said yesterday, in sort of 6 months' time, will anyone be mentioning it? No, because they mentioned Project Big Picture. How many times have we heard Project Big Picture mentioned, a few months after? None. So obviously this is a little bit different than Project Big Picture because it's something serious. Florentino Perez is a funny clown, isn't he? He reminds me of like a person who's just lost their mind. Do you know what I mean? Like he's senile. He does give me the senile sort of vibes. He's definitely senile. I think it's probably good that someone like that isn't representing the league for sure. I'm very, very much glad that this didn't go ahead, because I wouldn't want him in charge. Sorry, I will change the title for you. J-Ron Top R. So it's currently 1-0. Not many chances have happened, to be honest with you. Barcelona versus Real Madrid Super League. Both teams are in debt. Yeah, they are, and they are in serious debt. That's the whole reason why Perez is at the top of this, is because they're really struggling. Barcelona are in heavy debt as well. So it's going to be very difficult for them to get out of their COVID mess. They need the English clubs in it. I know I saw a debate on TalkSport about will they go ahead with it anyway, just without the English clubs. But without the English clubs, it's nothing. As I said I talked to Jack about it on our group chat, and I said once the English clubs go, there's no competition, because the English clubs are the main. There's 6 of them. There's not 3 of them. Imagine Joel Glazer as well. For a man who doesn't know the offside rule, despite him owning a club for nearly 2 decades, they're just vermin, aren't they? The Glazers, they really are. They're horrible owners. I don't know whether in the future they'll sell or pack up. I know Malcolm Glazer's passed away, hasn't he? So he's obviously no longer involved. But you've got Joel and you've got Avram Glazer. Is there another Glazer? I don't know if there's another Glazer. But you've got Joel and Avram. Avram looks like a Bond villain. Glad it doesn't go through her head, or else I couldn't support Liverpool in a league that's only about money. Isn't the Premier League only about money? I suppose there's different levels to it, isn't there? One league is purely about money and it's closed off, and the other league has promotions and stuff. All Americans who take over clubs seem to only care about money. That's it, and I was really surprised with John Henry. I really, really was. But looking back on it, the way what's it called? The furlough stuff. Did he think that would go down okay? A $1 billion dollar industry just furloughing people. My obviously girlfriend works at a very, very good, very well. What's the word? Wealthy company. She wasn't furloughed. So for Liverpool not to do that, who have so little staff, it's questionable. It really, really is. If clubs don't want to be in debt, stop paying crazy wages. If they did, that they could reduce it in no time. But the thing is, Nick, how do you reduce crazy wages? Because if you don't pay the crazy wages, you fall behind. Like if Arsenal are like, I'm only going to pay 100 grand a week maximum, then what do they do then? They'd have to just have players who aren't as good if they were only paying 100 grand a week. I know the wages are crazy and mental, but you have to pay these crazy wages to be able to keep up with the big guns. Otherwise, they go somewhere else. If I was a football player and I had a chance of going to Tottenham on 100 grand a week or Chelsea on 200 grand a week, I have no loyalty to Tottenham. I don't support Tottenham, so I'm not going to go to Tottenham. I'm going to go to Chelsea, and I'm sure most of you would. I'm not sure. Some of you might, but some of you might for Tottenham. I'm not sure, but I would go to the club who are paying more money, and I'm sure most of you would, because at the end of the day, it is just work. If I was working at Burger King on £9 an hour, and somebody said it's £11 an hour at Byron Burger, I go and work at Byron Burger, because it's a lot of money when you don't have much. John Henry, are ticket prices up? Yeah, he did that as well. He just it's like, oh, sorry. It's just like, yeah, stick your sorry. Because it's, you're not sorry. Here's Pepe. Here's Odegaard. Saka. Can he get the ball in? He crosses it in, but it's going to go out for a goal kick. If all clubs got together and said, this is all we pay, even if you leave, they are paying the same as us. But someone would break that. And the thing is, it'd have to be done across Europe together, because if you had a sort of pay gap, a wage cap rather on La Liga, but there was no wage cap in the Bundesliga or Serie A, then there'd be more chance of you going over there than staying in La Liga, and it would be more hard to entice people. At the end of the day, I know it's hard to admit, but football is just money, really, isn't it? Hi Mike, hi Ollie, thank you much for tuning in. Tottenham probably get Ajax manager at the end of the season. Is it still Ten Hag? Is he still in charge? Certainly was in charge when, because it was Peter Bosz who was in charge, but he went to is it Ten Hag? It is Ten Hag. He is still in charge. I mean, he's done well as Ajax manager, obviously, as you are all fully aware. He's had some very good players at Ajax, and he has also got the best out of players that have come to England and not done too well. Like Daily Blind, really, really good for them. He's been involved in the Champions League, hasn't he? He's done very, very well. He didn't really get off the ground at Manchester United. Tadic is brilliant for Ajax. And Klassen as well really struggled in England and got a better as he went back. So definitely an option to. It's good to see he's got a best out of players at that. He's got best out of young players like Frankie de Jong. He's got the best out of players like De Ligt and Van der Beek and Ziyech as well. So certainly would be a decent appointment for sure. People coming from countries whose football don't involve promotion. Torres, and he loses the ball. Here comes Emile Smith-Rowe. Saka, and he out the ball out for a throw-in. I should be like Arsenal Fan TV and get those people, and we should all sit socially distancing. But when there's a goal, we should all celebrate as if the Queen's just come into the room, and then after that we should go back to socially distancing again. But it doesn't matter during goals. Ajax, not that I have any problem with Arsenal Fan TV. I'm sure it's not them saying it's okay, but they have to socially distance, which I'm glad, because there are some channels where there is no socially distancing. So at least they do have socially distance. But yeah, strange about the goal celebrating. I know it's like a nice moment and stuff, but obviously they might be like paying for tests and stuff, which I doubt. But hey ho. Also got experience by getting Ajax to the semi-final of Champions League. Definitely, him and Daniel Levy had a meeting today. Saka, Odegaard, and Thomas Partey puts it over the bar. 45 million for him. I'm not sure if there's any Arsenal fans in the chat, but are you pleased with your acquisition? I mean, I think he would be a good appointment. It's hard to know who they should get, really. I think I didn't think there was any chance of Nagelsmann, so it'd be interesting to see who they go with. Certainly someone young and hungry would be better than Mourinho. I think Mourinho was a disaster. Smithy, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey up, Mike. How you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for joining the stream. So Bios loses the ball. Capu. They get it out wide. Here is Pedraza, cuts it back, and there is Chambers who puts it behind for a corner to Villarreal. I thought Wolves boss Nuno suited Tottenham. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Nuno Wolves. Are they waiting for someone to come in for him because they haven't had the best season? Are they going to sack it? He's done a very, very good job, but this season it's been not very good. It's been very flat for Wolves, so maybe they're missing the fans or whatever. Not Nuno. I think he wouldn't be the worst appointment in the world. Corner comes in, headed on. Oh, it's in. It's Albiol. Raul Albiol with the goal. 2-0 Villarreal. Arsenal are being ripped apart here. Emery looks really, really depressed, but it's 2-0 to Villarreal. Raul Albiol with the goal. Thomas looks really, really contemplating his life, but Arsenal look like 6s and 7s, as they call it. Headed, the ball comes in, headed on. Albiol at the back post. Thomas Partey's not paying attention to him, and Villarreal have made it 2-0. Morano with the head on, and there is Albiol, the old man, to make it 2-0 to Villarreal. Villarreal are 2-0 up inside half an hour. What a great start to the game for Unai Emery. And they know they have to win this competition to get into Europe. There's no way they're going to get into Europe any other way. Not even the Conference League are going to be interested in having Arsenal in it. So they need to win this, and they are behind already. If you haven't already, I'd love a like on the video for all the new people tuning in. It's but thanks so much for joining in. Anyway, if you're not interested in giving it a like, man, it's such a pain supporting Arsenal. It's been a struggle. When I was a kid, Arsenal were absolutely amazing. They had the season. Just messaging my dad. Bye Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal are in a little bit of bother here. They are in a little bit of bother here because they have to really win this game. Well, I think they could, if they were at the end of the day, if they were to draw 2-2, it would be a brilliant result for Arsenal, and they would take it at the start. But they look all over the place. They haven't really created any chances. Villarreal are looking much the better side. In the other game, as far as I'm aware, it's still 1-1. Manchester United opened the scoring through Bruno Fernandes. A lovely, well-worked goal by Manchester United involving Pogba, involving Cavani, with who assisted Bruno Fernandes, and Lorenzo Pellegrini equalised from the spot for the Romans. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So who do we all think will win the Europa League? I think Manchester United will win the Europa League, but I thought that last year and they didn't. But the teams left in it aren't as strong as last time. There was Sevilla and Inter Milan in it last year. I think Manchester United are the strongest. For sure. Can't deal with this club. It's 2-9. Is it 2? 2-0. 2-1 Roma. Roma have scored. Edin Dzeko have just scored for Manchester United, and Chris Smalling has gone back to his former club and is watching his team 2-1 up at Old Trafford, and Roma will be absolutely delighted. We're talking about, could we see an all-English final in Europa League? Could we see a non-English final? Could we see an all-English final? Maybe. I thought as Spurs got knocked out of the Europa League quarters, I thought Arsenal would win the Europa League, but it doesn't look like anymore. For me, they're the worst team left in it. And I thought they would struggle against, was it Sparta Prague or Slav? It was Slavia Prague they played, wasn't it? And I was surprised when they got through. They played excellently, fair play to them. But yeah, not good. This is when I love being a Spurs fan. Yeah, it's all roses for Spurs, isn't it? They're doing absolutely incredible. This was like a year ago when someone asked Goldbridge on a stream if he had a TV licence and conceded. Penalty! Arsenal have a penalty. Pepe fouls. And could this be a way for Arsenal to get back in this fixture? Pepe fouled. He could be offside. I have VAR, don't they? He does well as talk of a handball. We have to have VAR, I think. So VAR will be interesting here, but it is a handball. It is a handball, definitely. But so I think it will be disallowed. Definitely fouls him. Definitely fouls him. Put the VAR up. The VAR is checking the penalty. They're all over. There's yellow shirts all surrounding the referee. It's being checked. Have you watched Chernobyl? Yes, I have. I have watched Chernobyl. Not many things have I watched, but yes, I have watched that. Hopefully miss so they get no away goal. Jack, you're so negative. So negative against the English teams. Definitely a hand. And I think this will be disallowed. No penalty. Free kick. So the penalty is disallowed or overturned. And there will be no penalty for Arsenal. I really enjoyed Chernobyl, Major. I really liked it. Yeah, it was interesting. It was really interesting. I really did enjoy it. Because it was on, I think it was on like Sky Atlantic or something. And I watched it. Very well. So no yellow card for Foyt as well, who is a former Spurs player. So a few ex-Spurs at Villarreal, obviously Foyt, and also who did I say earlier? Capu is also former Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Spurs aren't playing. I don't see how that's relevant. What did you think of the final, Ollie? I paid for it on Amazon. I'm interested in it because my family were affected in a way. Right, because it was in USSR at the time, wasn't it? Which was Ukraine. And your family are from Poland, right? Which is next to Ukraine. I'm not sure where Chernobyl was in terms of like in the country. I just know it was Ukraine. Oh, Major, do you know a place called Torun in Poland? Torun. Have you ever heard of that? I think it's like a small town, like 100,000 or so. You might not have heard of it, but I'd be interested to know if you. 2-1 Roma, definitely my birthday. I'm really, it sounds like an interesting game over there. It's an interesting game here, but certainly sounds an interesting game. There, I said, come on, you Spurs, it's no pen. Fair enough. Hope VAR gets scrapped in the Prem. Disagree, as it's much better only needing to look at the assistant referee before celebrating. Along with the fact that I saw refs get most major decisions correct anyway without VAR. Jack, you know when you got stayed up against, was it Forest you stayed up against in the Championship? Right? How would you feel if that goal would have been given offside and he was actually onside, but VAR could have done it, but because you didn't like VAR, I'm all for VAR. I'm all for VAR. I know it's weird. I know I'm very much in the minority, but I'm for VAR, and I will have any sort of discussion with anyone about it. Free kick to Arsenal. It will be Odegaard to take, and a foul by Xhaka on Albiol, and they've taken it really quickly. Dealt with by Leno. Yes. So one of the people I'm in my English class with my GCSE adults English class is from Torun, and she was telling me all about it. So yeah, I'll say that I have a YouTube channel next time I see her, and I asked if you knew where Torrin was, and you did. Because he was talking about some sort of light show she was talking about. Roma have gone and made 3 subs already. 3 players have gone off injured. No way. I mean, they're doing great, and if they were to have a 2-1 victory, it would be really, really, really big for them. Yeah, they have made 3 subs. Crazy. Crazy. I've not seen anything like that before. Here is Callum Chambers. Chambers ball in. Looking for Smith Rowe, but I don't think he will keep that in. He certainly won't keep that in. I just want next to Krakow. Nice. Sosnawiak. Nice. I'm not sure how the distance is there. And she was telling me how her granddad got caught up in like during the war, but he wasn't Jewish. He was just, they thought he was Jewish because he had a lot of Jewish friends because their shop was. She was telling me, which was really, really interesting. I really hope Jack on the score sheet. Yeah, I did see the goal. Nice goal. I really hope Daniel Ek takes over because Kroenke is so useless. Definitely, it would be good to see Daniel Ek take over Arsenal. He's young. He's a Arsenal fan. I'm sure he has the best intentions. He knows how the English game and the game in like Europe as a whole works. So for sure, like Simon Jordan says, Kroenke is a Darth Vader for English football. I did see that. I definitely agree. He's horrible. Don't bring the final again. Actually, we were lucky. It was only 1-0. Definitely. Actually, Laporte should have got a red, so it should have been extra time. However, on the flip side of that, would Laporte be making that challenge if he hadn't been booked? Probably not. So I understand your point, definitely. Would have been annoyed, but there would have been other games in the season where we could have picked up the points to stay up rather than the final minutes of the season. Jack, the season Hereford got relegated, there was a handball on the line against Barnet, right? Wasn't given by the referee. Handball on the line, wasn't given. Game finished 1-1. Right, we win our final game, but we go down from a point difference, and guess who stayed up? Barnet! And then a few years later, we're liquidated. So I'm for VAR. I think VAR get most of the decisions right. The only thing that they seem to not like is offsides. We need to change the offside rule. We don't need to be so precise on it. If they're just about onside, then let it go. Where's the advantage to the attacker? My dad used to say to me, the referees are meant to give advantage to the attacker. They don't do that. They don't give advantage to the attacker. They give advantage to the defender. And I'm not a big fan of that. It should be an advantage to the attacker for sure. And they should be trying to make sure there's more goals than goals being let off. However, most of the decisions the ref get right, as you say. 3 games, 3 clean sheets for me. Good stuff. Major. By the way, I'm playing Fortnite while watching. I hope you're enjoying the game that you're playing. One of the people who did my training plays a lot of Fortnite. I'm doing a referee course soon to get a qualification. Nice. Good stuff. Corner, free kick from Arsenal and headed wide by, I think that's Holding. Josh Stankroki know literally nothing about football. They don't even care for the fans. It's a normal thing to not care for the fans. I think it's, you saw what they did in St. Louis. They moved the Rams from St. Louis to LA, and they did that, and that's normal. It's normal for teams to move. It happens in MLB. It happens in the NFL. So it's not a weird thing to happen. So it's just part of their culture. Do you know what I mean? If we started living in America, we'd probably want to see relegation and promotion. Oh, Moreno! Oh, he runs out of room and falls at the last minute. But Arsenal ripped apart there again by Villarreal. Handballs on the line is why automatic goals should be given for those scenarios. Yeah. I'm not annoyed about it because we probably didn't deserve to stay up. But if we would have stayed up because of that, it is what it is, Jack. They should do it for 50% of the bodies offside. It's called offside. Are you getting an advantage from your shoulder being in front of the attacker, the defender? Not sure. Are you getting an advantage from having your foot in front of the attacker? Definitely. So there's that conversation, isn't there? If your head's forward, are you getting a much advantage? Not really. But if your foot is, you've got definitely got the advantage. So maybe there's something they could put in there. I don't know. I just died. Oh, unlucky, dude. I know I played Fortnite. Don't know what it's about. I think it's like a shoot. It's like a battle royale game, innit? Because Minecraft's building stuff, isn't it? I get too confused, even though they're totally different. Showing my age. I'm showing that I'm in my 30s. Throw in to Villarreal as we approach half time. I'm just going to watch now. Good stuff, dude. Do you play on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC? Can you play it on PC? I have no idea. Villarreal bringing it forward. Hoyt is coming forward. The former Tottenham man. Oh, he's fouled there cynically. And it will be a yellow card for Dani Ceballos. Don't know about you, but the only positive law change I can think of in the past 5 to 10 years is the introduction of double jeopardy when someone denies a goal scoring opportunity. Yeah, I mean, as technology, I think goal line technology has been unbelievable. You're probably too young to remember, but in 2005, Vizeh, sorry, totally wrong player. Louis Garcia scored a goal against Chelsea, and it was allowed. William Gallows actually cleared it off the line, and I think they went through and won the Champions League, that 3-3 against AC Milan. If that goal wouldn't have stood, then maybe things would be different. And I feel really bad for Arteta. This man gets so much shtick for stuff, but in my opinion, its players are playing as if they don't care. Free kick comes in and straight at Leno. I mean, obviously they have a part to play, but so does the manager. But at the end of the day, if they're not doing their bit, the Cronkies aren't doing their bit, then you have to question if they'll, if the Cronkies aren't doing their bit and not spending, allowing the manager to have the sufficient funds, then they will always struggle no matter who the manager is, unless you're a genius. For sure. PS5, nice. PS4 all the way. PS5 hard to get. It's going to be Sport, yes. I'm not in a rush, but PS5, not many games out for it yet. Fair enough. Can you back cycle or whatever it's called? I can't remember what it's called. They call it something. There's a proper word for it. 2012, Bolton vs QPI. QPI scored a goal that should have been given, but said that they scored a goal that should have been disallowed for offside. Anyway, lucky for QPR, they stayed up at our expense. And then they went on, because if that would have happened, right, and it would have changed, that means they'd have had to have won at City, and maybe we wouldn't have had the Sergio Aguero goal. Right, Alf is desperate to go out, so I'm just going to pop him out for a minute. Polish League got VAR, but rarely uses it. Interesting. Right, I'm just going to pop him out, so I'll only be like a few minutes. So sorry, he's just wanting to go out. Right, sorry about that. I was just letting Alf out for his walk. So where were we? I think VAR is good for the game, but sometimes we take it out on the rules. The rules are only implemented by the referees, and that's what we need to remember. VAR is there to do what the referee says, and for no other reason. And that's what we need to remember. So half time in both games. Manchester United aren't actually done half time yet because there's been so many injuries. I will just stick their channel on. It's corner kick to Manchester United. So Manchester United are 2-1 behind despite taking the lead through Bruno Fernandes, and it's headed behind by McTominay for a goal kick. And that 2 players are down here for Roma. They've had 3 changes. Villa, Morante and Perez have all come on, and then Pellegrini's penalty made it 1 apiece, and Dzeko made it 2-1. So despite all those changes, a few ex-Premier League players are playing. Dzeko, who obviously scored the goal, Mkhitaryan and Smalling are all former players from the Premier League. Half time, 2-0 to Villarreal and 2-1 to Roma in the other game. So very much not looking good for the English clubs. Not looking good at all. Well, I'm just going to say Arsenal season done. May as well relegate. We're pretty much championship material. We'll already find a way to bottle the championship anyway. That's it. If Wolves are having this season, we'd be like, it's just a Wolves season. Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of standard you are. It's very disappointing because when I was a kid, Arsenal were one of the, if not the best team in the league. One thing that I would say, if Arteta does not get the sack this season, he has to start next season well, or he will be fired. And the thing is, thank you, Chris, if they don't, then they will struggle. If they start, they have to get rid of him. So will they decide that he's not the right man? I think they might. I really do think they might. Burnley all the way. Why do I even support this club anymore at this point? Shad, thanks so much for tuning in. The thing is, there's nothing wrong with supporting a team that's not very good. I do it every day of my life. So, but the thing is, Arsenal are the team you obviously fell in love with for whatever reason. When I was a kid, they were absolutely incredible, so I can understand why so many people my age like them. Like watching Henry and Pires and Bergkamp and Vieira, and before that, people like Overmars and Tony Adams. Very, very strong characters like Steve Bold, Keown, Campbell. And then looking where they are now, none of this team gets in the Invincibles team, and probably hasn't for a long time. None of them really are even close. Even Arsenal in 2007, when they had a very, very much depleted squad from 2004 Invincibles, still none of this team. Which goes to show how far Arsenal have fallen. I sent you a screenshot of Dean T's reaction. Just cannot defend that. Disgusting performance. Every single one of you should be embarrassed. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Arsenal poor. I've just texted my dad. Arsenal very poor. Do you think Kane is one of the best strikers in the world? Yes. I don't think anyone here is disagreeing that Kane isn't one of the best strikers in the world. I know that some people would not like him because he supports is very much a Tottenham player. I've gone around this club, and no offence to players, but it's shameful. Definitely, it is a very much an embarrassing season. But every club has had this sort of bad, really, really bad season. Liverpool had many of them. And Chelsea have had that season after they won the league where they were very, very poor. You will bounce back for sure. You will bounce back, but it has to be the right man and it has to be the right owner until Kroenke's willing to spend money, which Josh Kroenke did say in that fans forum that they would be spending more money and investing more money into the team, because they don't seem to understand that yes, you get money, 100 odd million for being in the Premier League, but what you also get from being successful is more money, better sponsors, and that's what they need to remember. Like City's commercial value has gone absolutely through the roof because they're very successful. And you can have all the money in the world, and when the Formula 1 guy was at QPR, they had all the money in the world, but they didn't have the sponsors and the players to be able to really, really, really show what they can do. So, you know, I'm not a big fan of the Kroenkes like everybody else. I personally, Arteta in, okay, and I trust the process. I think he just needs the board on his side. I reckon he could change our club if he gets what he wants. What makes you so sure? I am a big believer. Sometimes, you know, you sack Wenger, you sack Emery, and now you want to sack Arteta. It's not normal to have this, suddenly you have this revolving door of managers, and I don't think that's a solution. Sometimes you need to keep on and really make. Obviously, if the players have clocked out, then there's nothing you can do in that situation. Now, apparently Lewandowski got offered a transfer from a team. Interesting. He's good, isn't he? He's really, really good. Hello, just come in. Callum, thanks for tuning in. Coming from footy with my mates. How are you? Good. I'm good, mate. How are you? Both English clubs are losing. Wow, I wasn't expecting it for Manchester United. I was expecting it for Arsenal. I wasn't expecting it for Man United, particularly at home. Apparently Emery got caught mouthing after Villarreal goal. That's for you, Gunnosaurus. Yeah, it's that's funny. Thanks so much to everyone who's joined the stream. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm proud of Burnley to be the first team to beat Liverpool at Anfield. Yeah. I was proud of him too. Really, really good performance. Say what you want about Sean Dyche and his negative football. He gets the result. We look at... I know Nick was in the chat earlier. Mick McCarthy, solid. You won't get relegated under Mick McCarthy, but it will never be entertaining. They changed to Paul Hurst, if I'm not mistaken. And when they changed to Paul Hurst, it all went pear-shaped, didn't it? And they ended up getting relegated. So sometimes boring is fine. End of the day, you're never going to be any better than Sean Dyche, I don't think. It's a good evening for everybody so far. Definitely. Barcelona lost. Wow, what a day so far if they go the foreign team way. Yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy day. Let's be honest, Liverpool, Anfield, mostly fans FC. The thing is, you can hide behind that, but the fact is you still lost. Games you shouldn't be losing. And you should be able to play because you play away from home, do you know what I mean? And every side has had new fans. Arsenal fans probably even more annoyed about the fact that Emery has beaten. Yeah, definitely, because it turns out the grass isn't really that greener on the other side. It's come to the point that Arsenal are such a predictable club, you'd expect them to win, but they just bottle everything. But would you expect them to win? I wasn't expecting them to come and win. As I said at the top of the stream, Emery has a track record. Villarreal are doing better than Arsenal in the league. Arsenal are a bang average team this season. So is it that real, that surprising? Wonder how Thierry Henry or Patrick Vieira would do as manager. Henry? I'm not sure. I don't know how I've done that. I've put that text up there and I don't know how I've done that. Yeah, he would. I don't think any of them are the solution. Certainly not Henry, because as much as I love Thierry Henry, one of my favourite all-time players, he's up there for me with people like Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva, and personal players from Hereford. But he is not that good of a manager. I know Vieira was at New York City, wasn't he? And then he went to Nice. Because he was involved at City's academy, wasn't he? I mean, maybe he would do. I think he would do a better job than Thierry Henry. Yeah, everyone had no fans, right? I remember Sky Sports interview trolling Emery over his good evening meme. Yeah, I'm always a little bit on the fence about stuff like that. I'm always Burnley defeated undefeated to Arsenal in the Premier League. No way. Yeah, things will get brighter for Arsenal fans. Look how bad things were for Liverpool not so long ago. So things will definitely get better. It's just a case of Arsenal allowing to show their potential. Arsenal are a very, very marketable big club. They have so many fans across the globe, and they could be, a big powerhouse. But unfortunately, they've not been anywhere near it for a long, long time. As much as I like Arsenal, and I really, really do like Arsenal, it's been a very, very poor season. And if you're an Arsenal fan, would you keep Arteta? I know one of you said you would keep Arteta. I think it was Smithy said he would keep Arteta. It's just a case of how next season goes. Arsenal got potential. I mean, potential obviously, but they're still a very, very much a big club, and they're a very, very good club as well. They're a very good side. Any managers you can think of that looked promising in their potential career early on, but just started to fall apart. For example, me was Owen Coyle. Yeah, Owen Coyle. He was at Burnley, if I'm not mistaken, and he did very well at Burnley, and then he went to Bolton, and there was a big hoo-ha about him moving from Burnley to Bolton, and it didn't go well. I think he was in charge of Blackburn, and he's been in charge of Houston Dynamo. But yeah, definitely good example. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. I'll say it can't get any worse than somehow we lose 2-0 to West Brom in North London. End of the day, what difference does it make if you finish 11th, 10th, 9th? Not a lot of difference. So Coquelin is coming on. Former Arsenal player. So he's coming on for Alcacer, which suggests to me that they're maybe going to try and see the 2-0 out. Second half is underway. So we'll get that on. No Rich tonight. Hope he's okay. My good friend that is a TikTok star. Players need to take responsibility. Can't just blame it on Arteta. No, definitely. It's never just the manager's fault. But at the end of the day, they're following manager's orders. Neil Lennon. I saw a video of Neil Lennon where he looked really drunk, and he looked really ill. And I think people were being quite nasty to him. And then a few weeks later, I saw him on Sky Sports News and it looked really well. So I was good to see that. With Liverpool and Carlisle, I rarely blame it on the manager. I fully support both managers when they don't burn the pitch. Fair enough. I mean, if things go south, sometimes when it's going to go wrong, totally wrong. Burnley called him Judas for joining us. Yep, we would have finished top 10 in his first full season if it weren't for a terrible end, but we got relegated the following year and left 16th in the Championship. Yeah. He just totally fell apart, didn't he? He was really, really highly rated. His chance for Saka. Odegaard. I would probably bring Aubameyang on now because they need someone else. I find it funny. Saka and loses the ball. I find it funny that we couldn't beat Bournemouth, Fulham, and was about to join the Super League. Yeah, that's it. Shows how much of a money move it was to include someone like Arsenal, who have been off the pace for Pepe behind for a corner. Opinion on Cala Dragon. Right, you're asking the wrong person. Is Cala Dragon the TikTok guy who does like football stuff? Is that right? You're really testing me here because I've heard of him, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure that's who he is, but I'm not sure. He wasn't how it will happen to Mwamba, Evans ending Holden's career, and Chung Yong Lee. But you need to adapt to these things. If it was Roy Hodgson's time at Liverpool, then of course put blame on him. But he wasn't right for Liverpool. No, he wasn't right for Liverpool. I don't know much about him major other than that, but it's, at the end of the day, like, I'm all for not being nasty to people, regardless of what they do. Obviously, I don't know much about him, but obviously he makes TikTok videos. As long as he's not being nasty to anyone, or there's never a need to be nasty back. Aubameyang needs to come on. Yeah, I think that would be a wise move. If we have a look at other substitutes they could bring on Martinelli to try and change it. They could bring Aubameyang on to change it. Reece Nelson to bring on to change it. Willian to bring on to change it. Aubameyang won't make much difference. The guy's just had malaria and he's been below his standards all season. But they'd have at least a focal point if they brought on Aubameyang, wouldn't they? They'd have a focal point for sure. And maybe they need that focal point. Smith throws ball in. Pepe's at the back post, and there's a foul by Holding, and it will be a free kick to Villarreal. We will have updates on the game in the Old Trafford Stadium. By the way, I know some of you don't care, but I put a piece of writing in to be marked for my English, and it scored like an A to A star, which is pretty good. Considering I got an E, I think I got an E or a D in my English when I did it when I was 16. I think it was an E. So to go from E to A star, or a 7, 8, 8, 9, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Somebody said, your writing's absolutely unbelievable. She said, I don't know how you find so much time. It's incredible. It's incredible. I'm so proud of myself. I really, really am. I really am. And I made some good friends as well. One is called Glyn, and he's so funny and so nice. And Danielle is my other friend, and I really like them both. As well, I like everyone in the class. Won't make much difference. Get well in. Thank you. Scotland got a different grading system. Yeah, I think they have. But 1 is a G, 2 is like a I don't know how it works. I know 4 is a C, 5 is a high C, 6 is a B, a 7 is an A, 8 is a high A, and 9 is a star. Aubameyang technically Arsenal's best player. Yeah, definitely. Here is Nicolas Pepe. They've not looked like scoring. They've not created many chances. I got a 6B in my English language GCSE. Good stuff, Jack. Good stuff. And for me, you are a very, very clever person. So to know that I'm, doing as well as you makes me feel unbelievable. The language was me for the least worst out of the two of the literature. I think we just do language, I think. Yeah, we're only doing one exam, but it still counts as a GCSE, which is nice. A equals pass, B pass, C pass, half marks, D fail, I think. Nice. So they have something to, I'm on a U so far. That's not a grade. That's not good, dude. be okay though. You need to work hard and do. What I do is I always do my homework, and that's why I've done so well. As somebody who's also doing well, she has done her homework as well all the time. The next Martin Tyler. I don't want to be Martin Tyler or anything like that. Obviously, I'm nowhere near his standard and never will be. But I am just wanting to build a nice community, be able to chat to people and make people happy. Like, I know there are people in the chat, and you probably know who they are, who sometimes feel quite low and do struggle, and I try to message them when I can, and if they're ever feeling upset. And that's what I want to be. I want to be able to make people happy and have a nice community, and people maybe one day see me in the street and say hi, and I will be, unbelievably delighted. But that's what I want. I don't want to be a commentator, because that's what makes me happy. What makes me happy is making others happy. I did the right thing dropping Aubameyang in the North London derby. It was disgraceful, Aubameyang turning up late for one of Arsenal's important games of the season. Definitely it is. Sent a good message out, I think, as well. Most of the time I don't do work because I'm so tired. Maybe you need to go to bed earlier. I used to have to get up at 5 a.m. and it really did grate me when I worked at Tesco. Mike could be the YouTube equivalent of Martin Tyler. I'm not sure that's what I want though. People seem to hate Martin Tyler. See, in England, do you get a National 5, an advanced hire and stuff like that? I don't know what that is, dude. You're asking the wrong person. But as far as I know, we just have 1 to 9, and that's how it's graded. You make it much enjoyable. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. 2-2. Man United have equalised. Or at least. Yeah, 2-2. Cavani has equalised. I like subject levels. We have foundation, which is up to C, and then C to A is higher. However, in English, on my class anyway, you can do it's all in one class. You can get an A star or a 9. You can get a G. So it's all good. I got up at 6:45 a.m. That's too early, my friend. Pepe heads forward and away. I'm struggling to see a way back here for Arsenal. I would have done the same as Arteta. If any Carlisle Liverpool player did, I would tell them to stay there. They fancy overrated cars and tell them to go back home and dock wages. I mean like subject level. Oh, right, yeah. So at the end of the day, if you turn up late, I think he did it several times. If you do that, it's not a good look. It's basically you letting someone get away with what they're doing. Getting away with it. I wouldn't want that. At the end of the day, if I worked at KFC and I turned up late constantly, they'd be really annoyed. So it doesn't matter how much you earn or what you do, it's really annoying if you turn up late. So fair play to him. Showed a statement, big statement that is. Foundation is higher only existing science, English, maths and languages, as in French and Spanish. Yeah, because I'm going to plan on doing maths next year. Pepe wins the ball back. Very well done by Pepe, but loses the ball to Chukwueze. They won't be getting away with it if I was manager, trust me. Yeah, it's a good way to be. It's a good way to be firm. But I feel if you're truly respected, that sort of thing doesn't happen. Unless, I think sometimes you can have the odd anomaly. Like, I'm sure everyone at Manchester City respects Manchester City's manager, obviously Pep Guardiola, but I feel like Benjamin Mendy does break the rules a lot because he's just a plank. I don't know. Here is Pedraza for Villarreal coming forward. Chambers does very, very well. Very good defending. The pandemic has definitely affected football, and it shows on player performance. Hopefully we get a better season next season. I can sort of read into that, definitely, and I tell you for why. Because they had no pre-season, and that could be really, really affecting the players. Look how slow and sluggish City were at the beginning of the season because they had hardly any pre-season. And Ceballos has been sent off. Ceballos with a second bookable offence. Red card for Dani Ceballos, and Villarreal now with a man advantage could go and see the tie off. Thomas Partey has got a yellow card as well. They're arguing the point, but Ceballos has been sent off. My friend wants to be a nuclear engineer. Sounds cool. It does sound cool as well. Ceballos is off. What do you want to be, Major? What does everyone want to be? I like to be involved in football. I like to be involved in football. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, he does get him. He does get him. Yellow card. Yellow card. It's gonna be hard now for Arteta. Even if they get a consolation, then that could be big. But I think it's going to be really, really tough if Villarreal were to score again. Pogba, Bruno, Cavani, another class goal. Them three look good together. I like Cavani. Everyone seemed to be like... I think I said it on one of my streams. Cavani was like, oh, why are they signing him? He's really old. But I thought, he'll be alright. He'll be alright. He'll score probably 10 goals this season. He's been fine. Don't understand. Ceballos is demonstrating his point. However, he will be leaving the field of play, and he's already off the field of play, come to think about it. I got FM21, only had one player suddenly in pre-season start. A 3 AM nightclub got to the point where if he did it again, they'd get demoted. Luckily, they haven't done it since. Ooh. I've not played as much Football Manager as I like. Just give them the win at this point. It's been a difficult game. It's been a different game. Arsenal have been off pace for game. And you think how good they were in the quarter-final second leg in Prague. And you think, this performance is flat. I think that performance showed what Arsenal can do. This performance is showing what Arsenal have done pretty much all season. Been abject. Goalkeeper, referee, very, 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 very interesting. So you want to be involved in football. I think I'd want to be involved in football like off the field. Maybe like a journalist or something like that. Handball by Xhaka. Will that be a free kick? Yes, it will. Could get Messi now. If they were to get a third pretty quickly, then yeah, can't wait for AFTV. I don't know if any of you saw it, but Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV went on Talk Sport and was having a chat about the Super League, and then Ray Parlour started talking about how he wants Arsenal to lose, which is really weird because, right, I think what people seem to not realise is Arsenal Fan TV will do well anyway. They've got such a big audience that if they won every game 6-0, they would still have enough people watching their content to be able to pay the bills and for everyone to get very handsomely rewarded. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. All about hits. Yeah, that's it. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, right? If I was a small channel and when Arsenal were getting hammered, I was getting triple the views, then yeah, I would want Arsenal to lose. Jaguaros. But that doesn't happen. Crazy with a shot and Leno gets it away. But that doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what they forget. It's not like he gets paid £100 if they lose and £20 if they win. Do you know what I mean? I just wasn't a big fan of that. I think he's come across very, very out of touch. I'd rather be ref than goalkeeper just because of my height. Okay. Also, as a ref, you're always around the ball, meaning you get to get pretty close to the action close up. What's how tall are you? So I have no idea, because you said that you're not the tallest before, but I'm not sure how tall you are in general. Alf's just staring at the window. Alf went to the vets earlier, by the way. He's fine. Having a stretch now. Arsenal have a corner here. Thanks so much everyone who's tuned in. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to smash the like button. It will be a throw-in. 5-5. Fair enough. Odegaard is off. Martinelli on. An attacking substitution. Not bad keeper for my that's good, dude. I'm 6'1". So fairly tall. But not like gangly and huge. I feel like ref could be very stressful. One day you're cool and the next day you might be the most hated man for a day. But you're paid very handsome, you know, well, in the Premier League. At a certain level, you're paid very, very well, aren't you? So corner kick. Rob Holding is speaking to the referee, as is Coquelin? Capu. Sorry, man. I might have got the wrong one. I wasn't just being ignorant. I knew it was. So it will be Saka to put it in. Away. Emil Smith Rowe. They need to score here if they can, and it's behind from Holding for a goal kick. Same time, recent times, 10 men can be hard to beat. Yeah, sometimes 10 men can be hard to beat. That was certainly said a lot when I was younger. I don't really believe in it as a rule, because I think it's because they're hard to beat. Because if you go down to 10 men, you play more people. You play more people behind the ball. I think that's what it means. But Major, thank you so much for the donation. I really do appreciate it. Really kind for the super chat. There it is. I need to update that with something cool. But thanks so much for the donation anyway. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I need to think of something better. Crawley admin tried taking the mickey out of Bolton fans for Ricardo Santos not being in the team of the league, but all Bolton fans would rather be in the top 3 rather than have played in the team this season and be 13th in the league. Certainly true. Certainly true. I'd love to be a linesman. Wind the players up and blow for offside when they're onside. I don't think you'd be a very good linesman, Callum, if you did that. Keep up your work, enjoying your stream. Thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate it. I did follow you on Twitter because you said you're going to be more active on Twitter. You should update it with me as a genie. Or maybe I should update it with me doing something. Maybe that would be an idea. I feel like the genie thing would confuse people who are just casually watching and haven't spoken to me. Bolton have done well against 10 men since Everett has been in charge, winning every time. That's very, very good. Like I say, it should be a win if you are playing against less men. Moreno! Oh, good save from Leno behind for a corner. That could have been game, match and leg. Or tie, rather. I don't know why I said leg. Sadio Mane always has a rather dangerous hairline. Yeah, it is quite far back. I've always said that if I start to lose my hair, which I think I've got an okay hairline, I would actually get like a wig, like a toupee, because I'd rather have a hair transplant if I can afford. Probably a hair transplant if I can afford one. I'd rather have hair than not be bald. So, and that way I can have blonde hair and stuff. So yeah. I'm not sure if I'm in the minority for men. Did anyone else get a toupee or a hair transplant? Probably a hair transplant. I think most men would. Obviously, you're probably young now, but when you're getting a bit older, which I'm not, then yeah, should do it when Warnock searches for him. And so a wind-up merchant in real life. Then when people say, "I'll scrap you," I said sorry hard. Then they say, "Don't say then." I would be bold and proud. Interesting. I definitely have a hair transplant. I need a hair transplant before long. That's because you keep ruining your hair. And Kelly was like, "Oh my god, she keeps ruining her hair." Yeah, we call you straw hair behind your back. We don't really. I like how you know that's a joke. Yellow card for the foul on Pepe. Arsenal really need to get a goal here. Because 2-1, going into the second leg, they could do it. 2-0, it's a very tough ask. Kapil has just picked up a yellow card. Very tough ask. Wouldn't be wrong now. Straw hair guy. He's showing that chance for Moreno as well. Look like chat revenue, £1. I don't see that very often on the screen. Being bold equals no need for the barbers. Manchester United have gone 3-2 up in their game. Cavani. Smalling plays onside. Oh, yeah, Cavani's onside. 3-2. Be easy being bold, to be fair. Exactly. I can't believe none of you would want a hair transplant. Foyth has just seemed to have picked up an injury while I've been changing the channel. As Manchester United go 3-2 ahead. I actually said to my dad, Manchester United to win their game and Villarreal to win against Arsenal. So my predictions are right at the minute. If you were bold, would you still use shampoo? Do you think you're meant to? I think you're meant to, even if you have no hair. I said to you, no, very good. Cavani again. See, I was saying about Cavani. He might have been free, but I think he's been a good signing for him. He'll certainly be there next season, won't he? Won't be going to China or anything, will he? So, for Foyth is off. Mario Gaspar is on for Villarreal. Oh, you don't need no nothing over me. Hope Cavani can get a hat-trick now. That would be interesting. I would like 3-2s just so because the tie is still in the balance then. It's been a nightmare for Roma with all those injuries. Arsenal have had 5 more red cards than any other Premier League team since Arteta has been in charge. Interesting. That is quite a bizarre stat, isn't it? It's a lot. 5 is a lot. Saka. Chambers ball in and away. And will that go out for a corner? No, that will stay in. Cavani and Jota, top 2 signings of the season. Ruben Diaz. Penalty! Arsenal! Saka fouled. Diaz. The referee has picked up a foul on Saka. Saka, yeah, definitely catches him. Definitely a penalty. No need for VAR in my opinion. And will be a penalty. I feel Odegaard can be really good if he gets the confidence. He often panics and just passes the ball. With Social, he did really well. I didn't think it would be a bad situation for them to sign him permanently. Looks like Nicolas Pepe will be taking it. They need this to go in. Most you'd expect over one season is 1 or 2 at very most. It's very bizarre. That's very bizarre. 5. It's really interesting, Jack. So it will be Nicolas Pepe. Don't miss, says Shan. Oh, hang on. I put that on accent. Put that on accent. It hasn't been taken yet. Nicolas Pepe stepping up. Major, I'll go with Hibernian. Don't know why. Miss, please, says... Score or miss in the chat. Put score if you think he'll score. Miss if you think he miss. I think he will score. Oh, just about. Just about. It went straight down the middle and he almost got his legs to it. But it is 2-1 to Villarreal now. The deficit has been halved by Arsenal. Really slot down the middle. The goalkeeper went to his right. And nothing he could do. Really beaten by Pepe. Interesting. If they get another goal, then it would be an unbelievable result for Arsenal. If they were somehow not to lose this game, we have... 17 plus injury? It would be a massive result. No, it wouldn't be the worst result. But they need to... They'll probably be under pressure in the next few moments. In the sort of next 5-10 minutes, they'll be under a lot of pressure. And Arsenal need to see that through. They haven't had many chances, but 2-1, they're in the tie. With that away goal, even if it went to 3-1, they'd still be in the tie. They would just have a very, very hard second leg. Alf, you've been out. Game on now. Yes, game certainly on. Could go either way. They need to stay very, very compact at the back. Xhaka with the throw. Here is Martinelli. Xhaka. And out for a throw. And Burnley are looking to find something. Because they haven't had many transfer moves for a while, have they, Major? Who are they looking at? (4-2). Manchester United have completely turned it round. Bruno Fernandes from the penalty spot gets his second of the night. Cavani's got 2. Fernandes has got 2 from the spot. And they are looking very, very, very good. Someone from Schalke, they're not having the best season, are they? Thanks so much for the subscribers as well. I really do appreciate it. Xhaka. Pepe is down, but it will just be a throw-in. Man United through now. Well, it's not over, but they're looking very, very, very good. Fernandes, of course. He's good. Very, very talented player. End of the day, if you get penalties, you need to convert them, and that's exactly what he does. Man United always was never expected them to lose. I expect to win the tie and win the Europa League. I think they will win the Europa League as well. Picks for the Champions League winner. They play in blue. Or white. I think Capu has just fouled Saka, and he's already been booked. And he's got the yellow card out. Saka's going to need treatment. The yellow card is out. Capu's pretending like he's died, but he knows what's coming. Saka needs treatment, and it is going to be 10v10. I think Capu is still down. He's receiving treatment. Prediction on the Champions League winner. I think City are the best team left in, right? Whoever wins that leg would be favourites to win the Champions League. The only thing is, Tuchel set Chelsea up very, very, very well. Zidane, massive history in this competition. If City play their best in the semi-final and the final, City will win this competition. There's no doubt about it. But it would be typical City to let them down in the final after getting there for the first time. So, I'm not sure who would win it. If I had to put money on it, I would put on the winners of PSG versus Man City. I think Chelsea will win. It would be a brilliant, brilliant welcome for Tuchel to win this game. Capu is still down. Pablo Mari talking to the ref. Wasn't penalty for United. Apparently nothing surprises me. Yeah, I didn't see it obviously because I was watching this game. Unai Emery is pacing up and down the touchline. Because if he is going now, they need a stretcher. So he is actually... He is in very much agony. He is in very much... Arjan Singh, I'm not tuning in. I haven't got a live stream. No. Oh, he falls. He falls. Like he slips, I think, as he goes in. Chelsea have gotten very lucky with their matchups, but they're still a quite good team. They are a very, very good side, don't get me wrong. On their day, though, City are the best team in the world. But PSG have got a lot left in. They went to Barcelona and won. They went to Bayern Munich and won. Manchester United have got a fifth goal. Fernandes puts the ball in. Pogba with the header. 5-2 to Manchester United. That should be game. City best chance to win Champions League. Definitely. There is the red card for Etienne Capu. He will be off, stretchered off, but he will be not replaced because he has picked up a yellow card. Who's that? Moreno. Alberto Moreno is coming on, a former Liverpool player. And Gomez will be coming on as well. Two players coming off. I think City have got a great chance of winning it. On their day they beat anyone, but it's a one-off game, 2 one-off games now. There's Jagiros off for Gomez, and Moreno is also on 5-2. Pogba, Bruno, Cavani been unstoppable. Yeah. I really don't see a way they don't go through and don't win the league, the Europa League. I really don't. Arsenal are going to score with any Alberto Moreno coming on. Yeah, he was pretty poor, wasn't he? 10 minutes to go. Ball comes in. There's a foul somewhere. The ball is in the back of the net. This is your call to sub on Aubameyang. Putting on Aubameyang would bring our no attacking option. Just to see what they do. Both missing a midfielder. They've got nothing to lose, have they, really? Partey goes out wide. So there's Capu. He is very, very much injured and will be leaving. So he will be out for the second tie. I'm not sure how much of a key player he is, but it'll be interesting to see how much of a difference he makes. The thing is, the problem here for Arsenal is he didn't go off straight away. He spent a long time on the pitch after, which killed their momentum a little bit. Gaspar, cut out by Xhaka, who punts the ball forward. Are you new to the channel, Shan, or have you been a subscriber before? Here is Chukwueze, the Nigerian international, but loses the ball. But he's won it back. Cuts it back, and very well done by Smith Rowe. And here comes Saka now. The space out wide for Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe, can he keep on it? He has kept it in just about. Oh, no, he hasn't. He hasn't. And it will be a throw-in to Villarreal. Arteta needs a goal to try and get a draw and take it back to the Emirates. If they were to get a draw, they would be in the driver's seat with those 2 away goals. But it's currently 2-1 to Villarreal. Just having a look at the viewership. Oh no, sorry, I found it after getting irritated at this game. Oh, nice. Really nice for you to join. Nice. I really appreciate you getting so involved. I really, really do. And we've had 4 new subscribers. Well, technically we've had 3 because someone unsubscribed when I went live. But 3 new subscribers is really, really good. Gambling sponsors maybe drop from shirt sponsors. I don't think it would be a bad idea. Chukwueze. And Xhaka does very, very well. Very well. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get rid of him just because it could be bad. At the end of the day, there will always be gambling and everyone will know where to go. And a donation, which I'm very, very grateful for as well. Might change the song. Here, Pereiro, and it's out for a goal kick. And your message for your message. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate the kind words. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover. It will be very, very hard. It will be very, very hard for Roma to get back in that tie. The only thing I could say, they need 3 goals and to win 3-0, and that's exactly what they did against Barcelona all those years ago. Here he comes, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on for Bukayo Saka. Here he comes. You can't sell a shirt with 218s with it on. Yeah. I mean that's a good rule, isn't it? Because there is kids who gamble. Imagine we sack Arteta and the old man Wenger comes back. I love Wenger. He's really nice. I don't care what anyone says. He is good. What he did for Arsenal, considering how much crap the Conquers put him through, selling loads of players, him not having any money to spend, he's not that bad. He's probably a little bit out of touch of the game now just because he's been out of the game for a while. Saka. Not Saka, totally lied. Partey. Xhaka. Old man Wenger. Oh, that's very, very poor. Very, very poor from holding, and that will be out for a throw-in. If Aubameyang gets it, if they give Aubameyang a chance, then that's who they want it to fall to. Moreno. Here is Pepe. Pepe looking to go long. Looking for Aubameyang. And it's out for a throw-in. Well done. Well done by Aubameyang. Burnley Europa League next year. Maybe. I think that season they got Europa League was absolutely sublime. I think that's the best they'll ever have. But I think that's the thing that... Offside for Arsenal. I think that's the thing that puts me off. So how if it ever get to that level is... It's like, oh, well, if you do really, really well, you'll finish like 14th. And you might finish 7th. You know what I mean? As a non-league club, you might get into like League One. And then you might get relegated again and promoted and stuff. Do you know what I mean? That sounds a bit more fun than just being in the Premier League. I have a strange feeling. Arsenal fans wanting Wenger out was a prime example of be careful what you wish for. Well, we don't know what would have happened without him, but I think he's did a very, very good job in the circumstances. For sure. Other clubs too, Jack. Yes, like Mick McCarthy at Ipswich. Definitely. Or Tony Pulis at Stoke. Alright, boy, I'll let you out in a minute. I have a strange feeling Aubameyang will score a 90-minute goal. Let's hope. Other clubs too. Yeah. Only a few minutes left, Alf. Goal kick to Arsenal. 88 minutes on the clock. Yeah, I'll let him out as soon as this game's over. I assume he's had a bad day. He did go to the vets earlier. Oh, how is... Are you still at Waitrose, Nick? Here is Xhaka. Chukwueze. I remember Ken Anderson saying to us, be careful what you wish for, even though what he didn't realise was that he wasn't meant to be coming in at first until the last minute. I'm waiting to turn 16 to get a job. Nice. My first job was at an animal rescue, and then Tesco, and then Curry's. So, not had that many. Kelly's first job was at 16 as well. Obviously, because that's the age you can work. Pereiro. Chukwueze. Pereiro. Moreno, can he do anything? No, he can't. Yellow card for Aubameyang, and it will be a free kick to Villarreal. And I think after being 2-0 down so quickly, they will be pleased to have just got back in the tie. 6-2 to Manchester United. Great ball by Cavani to Greenwood. And he puts it in for the 6th goal. Six 2. Game over. Game over. Manchester United are in the final. For sure. 5 added minutes. 5 added minutes. Arsenal will probably just try and see this out. 52 days until my birthday. So your birthday is in June, I think. Is that right? I think it's June. Yeah, game over. Tie over. Tie over. I'm sure that's what you mean. Tie over. There's no way they're coming back from there. Shot. No, hang on. Albiol is offside and it will be a free kick. 2-1 down at half time. Wonder what Ollie said to the player in the dressing room. Yeah, he's done an absolutely fantastic job. I wouldn't be exactly blooming for the result, but yeah, that's it. At the end of the day, when you're 2-0 down, getting that away goal is really, really vital. June 19th. Nice. That's a Saturday, isn't it? I believe. Because my sister wants a birthday party that weekend for her birthday. And when I go down and see her, it'll be the first time I've been home since October. And the first time I've seen my gran since February last year. So looking forward to it. Villarreal you would think would score in the second leg. It will still be tough for Arsenal, don't get me wrong. It will still be a very, 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 very tough tie. But it's doable as a hand there. Nothing given. Header and saved by Leno. Yeah, hopefully you have a nice holiday, birthday, dude. It'll be towards the end of the restrictions. I'm not sure when they are due to end in Scotland, but in England it will be a 21st. I don't share my birthday with anyone interesting. Harry Wilson. I share my birthday with, and I found somebody I shared my exact birthday with as well. It's a football player, but I don't know who it was. KSI and Garfield the cat. That's cool. It's a football player, and I was like, oh, he has the same birthday as me. I can't remember who it was. Xhaka. We signed Lawn Bet in the back. I don't think I wish that on anyone. Alf, you okay? Still a bit tired, are you? He sure will save you. Bolton might win on my birthday for the first time ever, which I think... Aubameyang! Saved! Behind for a corner. Which I think we lose every week up until 2020. And I think I skipped due to a leap year a few years ago. Nice. I watched Hereford on my birthday, the first year me and Kelly were together, instead of spend the day with her. And it still annoys her now. I wouldn't do it now, though. I didn't see how much of a big deal, but now I would definitely spend it with her. They are going to have this this corner kick. Smith Rowe is coming on off for El Nene. El Nene. El Nene coming on for the final few minutes. Willian is coming on for Pepe as well for the final changes. Bentner played for my local club in Norway. Wow, called Rosenborg. Heard of Rosenborg. Definitely they play in black and white. Despite the jokes, he was actually quite good for us. Helped us win against clubs like Celtic and Ajax. Yeah, definitely remember in the 2000s they would be in the Champions League and the Europa League and stuff. So yeah, definitely know who Rosenborg are. Williams ball in. And it's behind from, I think, Chambers. And that might be that. But yeah, definitely heard of Rosenborg. Norway, nice. Where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is from, right? And that will probably be that. Got Man United winning the Europa League. There's no Europa League, dude. So I like to win the treble again. Alright. There we are, full time. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on your way out and also subscribe if you are new. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mike and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.